Are you serious? Are you serious, guys? We have horrific news coming out of India. There has been terrible, terrible plane crash. The news is just now coming in. And I'm actually, the printer is just now printing for me. So give me a moment as that's printing. I'll throw this in real fast. Get1.com/Paul. Look, Dr. Stephen Gundry partnered with us, and he had some information. He said, would you believe it if I told you inside your pantry right now is one of the healthiest foods on the planet? And it's not some weird, trendy superfood either. It's olive oil. You probably used it to cook with, but there are countless ways to use olive oil to help yourself look and feel younger. Matter of fact, olive oil is a natural way to help you achieve a more youthful appearance. Besides helping you look younger on the outside, it's a fantastic tool for your insides. Matter of fact, according to Dr. Stephen Gundry, the famous cardiologist, surgeon, nutrition expert, health advocate, you should get as much high-quality olive oil into your daily routine as possible, whether it's taking a shot of it a day or keeping a bottle of it in your bathroom medicine cabinet. And not just any olive oil, okay? All of it has a little benefit, but most of today, what's out on the market has been cut down a lot. Olive oil industry is huge, and you can tell by the number of olive oil brands that you see in the grocery store. And you can bet they're not all made with consumers in mind. Matter of fact, and many brands have been cutting a lot of corners, of course. But Dr. Stephen Gundry came to this realization. He was appalled. But some olive oils are so powerful, it may only take a few teaspoons a week to see these incredible health benefits. So how can you tell between the olive oil that can be healthy and the ones that aren't? In an effort to answer that question, Dr. Stephen Gundry decided to take a stand and release his personal research findings. The video link below, if you click on that link below, getolive1.com, explain and help you so that you'll be prepared to get the best and become your best. Go to getolive1.com/Paul. You'll be very glad that you did. Okay. Guys, let me get it now. It's done printing. And Mike from the World's going to join me tonight. Of course, he's the one that told us that we would be seeing planes falling out of the sky. First, he said that you'll see a lot of smaller planes, which we have, and then you'll see large planes. Well, this plane was left India, headed for London, England, which makes me a little nervous, right, because of the threats against UK by Russia because of UK's position in NATO. But this may have nothing to do with that, okay? According to reports, a London-bound Air India plane, and I've flown on Air India once all the way from New Delhi to Chicago. I forgot how many hours. Was it 14 hours? 15? I can't remember. It's long. Anyway, this plane had 40 people on board. That number could change. There's conflicting reports on how many people were actually on the plane, but it could have been 240 passengers plus crew. It's still not, we don't have that 100 nailed down, but it happened in the city of Ahmedabad. The airline, as it took off, then crashed just very shortly after takeoff. Everybody is dead. We're still waiting for an official confirmation, but it appears already, according to the Associated Press and also according to France press news agencies, that it appears there are no survivors. I saw this behind me. That's the actual flames from the crash. This picture was taken. This is the actual explosion of the plane from the crash. I think anybody survived this. Now, another person said, though, there could be many injuries, but the Associated Press is saying it appears there are no survivors. Now, there could be injuries because it crashed into a cafeteria. Now, authorities have yet to release any information about what may have caused this crash. The plane was headed to London to Gatwick Airport, according to Air India. A police statement that said it crashed in a civilian area near the airport. Early reports suggest the plane may have come down on a hostile housing of doctors, okay? Because we are ascertaining the detail and we'll share further updates. So in other words, there was a hotel or a area where a lot of doctors lived, apparently not far from a hospital, and that this plane came down on top of it. Now, here is actual photo right here also, and you can see this is not good, okay? This is absolutely not good. According to local media, the crash occurred as the aircraft was taking off from Ahmedabad Airport, which is about 600 miles southwest of India's capital of New Delhi. TV visuals show people being moved in stretchers and taken away in ambulances, although it's not clear if they're from the plane or from the building that was hit. The thick black smoke in the sky is absolutely, it's terrible. It was a Boeing 787-8 aircraft carrying, here's this number now, 242 passengers plus crew. The Air India is saying there was 169 citizens of India that were on the plane. There were 53 British citizens from the UK. There were 7 from Portugal, and there was 1 Canadian. There were no Americans on board. Someone said, quote, "I was in office when the plane crashed, and there was a loud thud." According to a local politician, told reporters at the scene, "We rescued many doctors from their flats." So that's who I believe is being rescued. People they were putting on gurneys and putting into ambulances were actually doctors that were all staying in this area where each one had their own, what they call flats, apartments, we'd say in America. And the plane came down on top of the apartment complex, okay? Now, India's Prime Minister Modi said he was stunned and is saddened by this crash. Also, Britain's King Charles and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer have also released statements saying they are being updated as this is very fluid, very fluid. This happened just a few minutes ago. Air India Flight 171 was operated by an 11.5-year-old. This plane was fairly new. It was only 11 years old. A Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner, according to the airfleets.net, an industry website. The plane had been in Air India's fleet since it left the production line 11 years ago. This is the first ever hull lost involving a Boeing 787 ever since this new aircraft, the 787s, were brought into service in 2011. So this style of plane has been flying for 11 years, the 787s, all over the world. And so, it took 14 years, but only the first one of these aircraft has come down. We don't know if it's pilot error. We don't know what happened. The flight was, the captain was Samit Sabirwal, who reportedly had already flown 1,200 hours of flying experience. So this guy's very experienced. The co-pilot was a first officer named Clive Cunder, and he had 1,100 hours logged in flying time. So experienced. Boeing posted the statement, "We are in contact with Air India regarding Flight 171, and we stand ready to support them. Our thoughts are with the passengers, the crew, the first responders, and all that are affected." Flight Trader 24 data shows that the aircraft was identified as VT-ANB and had flown from New Delhi to Ahmedabad earlier in the day. The last sent a signal to the airport authorities when it was only 625 feet in the air. That was its last response. Then, so I don't know how high it got. It can get real high, and then it came down. What brought it down? I don't know. Was it pilot error? Was it mechanical? These guys were this captain was very experienced. So was, 8,000 hours. I mean, that's a lot of time. So our hearts are going out, our prayers are going out, absolutely, to the people there, to all the family members. Again, it's 242 passengers. They're presumed all dead, along with the crew. Don't know how many crew members, but everyone, it looks like, did not survive. As you can see, this is the actual photograph of the explosion and the flames that came up. And this is an actual picture of I'm not sure where the crash hit. I'm not sure if that's what that is that's burning there. But the plane came down and crashed on an apartment complex of about a bunch of doctors. And many of these doctors were injured and were being taken to the hospital. Now, says one survivor walked away limping. We'll wait and see on that. And then, thank you for that. And we know these doctors some of these doctors are alive. I don't know how many of the doctors were killed in the apartment complex when it hit. Don't know. And I don't know. But we can truly say that as the report comes in, as we get updates, we will adjust the title accordingly. We'll adjust in the description, okay, as we get more information. But please pray for these people. I'm going to also just take another look real quick. I'm going to play a song for you and just look and see if there's any more changes in the updates. I'll be right back after the song.
To uncorrupt our minds. Show us now, we still have the time. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We abandon everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the street. How much will we see?
20 student doctors.
Fire falls. Lord, could this really be the last altar call? We need your blood over the doorposts of our hearts. Anoint us with your fiery love. Praise and worship starts. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We abandon everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the streets. Oh, we abandon everything to follow you, our King.
All right, I have some information for the update. We do have an update here, a little bit more clear confirmation. There's been, the death toll is now officially 242 people were on board the plane and are believed to all be dead. There are no survivors from the plane, but there are 41 people who have been injured in the apartment complex, although it's not yet clear if they were passengers or ground crew. So, you know, you have 42 people dead, but you're saying they're dead for sure, but you have 41 people that are injured, and you're not 1,000% sure. Maybe somebody in that 41 could have been on the plane. They don't know. They don't know how many of the 40 people were actually ground crew or how many of the 41 people were actually people living in the flats or in the apartment complex there. So that is still a little shaky. But the fact, know that there's 242 dead and 41 injured. We knew there were 242 people on the plane. We have 242 people dead. We have 41 people injured, but we're not sure. So you have to verify each person being brought into a hospital. Somebody in our chat room said there was one plane survivor walked away. We don't have that confirmed yet, but appreciate you helping us out here. And but that it's just a terrible. Someone said my audio and video is having glitches. You talking about mine? Is mine glitching? Is it glitching? I wonder what's causing it. I have no idea what would be causing it to glitch. But anyway, we'll try to find out. Yeah. We had some storms here last night. So it's really, really, really a sad situation. Yes, video is glitching. Is it cutting in and out? So it must be on my end. All right, well, we'll look into it and see what could be causing it. Maybe I have a bad internet connection. Maybe I have a bad connection here somewhere with the computer. I'm not sure. But let me know that. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. Again, pray for the people in India. It looks like there's 242 dead, but 40 people injured. It were obviously probably the 41 injured were on the ground already when the plane crashed. We do not know the answer to this, but it is Amir posted a picture of one survivor, and it could be that one actually survived the crash. Or was this a picture of one of the survivors that were where the doctors were living, you know? But 41 people are injured. So we'll find out that. We'll get more and we'll update it in the title of this video. Plus, tonight we'll be with Mike from around the world. By then we should have everything pretty well locked down. There's one person saying that there's 43 doctors injured. So yeah, 41, 43. We're in that ballpark, but it looks like it appears that all 242 passengers or all 242 people on the plane are dead. I don't know if that's passengers and crew or if that's total. Again, when you have these accidents, when you have these kind of situations, you know, it's a fluid situation till you get it finally nailed down. It's a sad day. It's a terrible day in India. Back with more on the coming apocalypse.